Oh my God, the scandal between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively just got even crazier. Now Baldoni's lawyers are preparing to sue Ryan Reynolds for mocking him in Deadpool 3. What is going on? Let's rewind. It all started in August last year. Blake Lively came out with a new movie called It Ends With Us, based on the popular novel by Colleen Hoover. The story follows a girl named Lily who falls in love with a doctor who becomes abusive, and when her first love returns, she has to choose between staying in a toxic relationship or leaving to protect herself and her future. Both the book and the movie explore really heavy topics of domestic violence and abuse. However, the marketing for the movie was the complete opposite. Blake, who's also a producer on the movie, marketed the film as a fun girls' day out movie and even plugged in her hair care brand and beverage company. In fact, during the interviews, she kept dodging the questions regarding the themes of the movie.
Most of us, if we're lucky enough to run into a celebrity in public, we only have a few moments to maybe speak with you guys. But for people who see this movie, who relate to the topics of this movie on a deeply personal level, they're really going to want to talk to you. This movie is going to affect people and they're going to want to tell you about their lives. So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share? Or I could just location share you and then we could, I'm just curious about
social security number.
I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, are we talking logistics? Are we talking emotionally?
Many fans weren't happy with her responses, but that's not even the strangest part. Justin Baldoni, the director, producer, and co-lead of the film, was nowhere to be seen. Yes, he did interviews alone at the premiere. He took photos alone at the premiere, and nobody even spoke about him during the interviews. Many fans on TikTok felt something fishy and decided to investigate. They discovered that Baldoni and Lively had a beef during the shooting of the film and weren't on good terms, which is why they've been doing the promotions separately. The internet sided with Baldoni, mainly because they weren't happy with how Lively handled the promotion of the film, even though the movie became a hit. Lively's image was hurt because of this whole campaign. As time passed, people forgot and moved on with their lives. Then, on December 20th, Lively came out with a lawsuit accusing Baldoni of sexually harassing her and even running a campaign to ruin her public image. In fact, days later, the New York Times released an article exposing texts from Baldoni and his PR team with stuff like,
"We can bury anyone."
Soon after, Baldoni was fired from his talent agency. His podcast co-host left the show, and he was in shambles. Although Baldoni hasn't publicly said anything about the accusations, he hit back with a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times for libel. The lawsuit claims that the Times handpicked messages to make a misleading narrative about Baldoni. In his suit, he even revealed how Lively tried to seize control of the film after production wrapped, which led to the studio allowing Baldoni and Lively to cut their versions of the film and pick the one that tested better. Even though Baldoni's version tested better, Blake refused to promote the film unless her edit was released, and she received a producer credit. Justin said Blake's alleged threats worked, and she was given everything she asked for. Blake even cut him out of the promotion of the film and refused to attend a premiere if he was present. They eventually worked out a deal where he would attend but be far away from Blake and the rest of the cast.
As the time progressed in this film, she decided that she wanted to be a producer. She, applied to be a producer. She went and got the dailies. She started to make edits. She wanted to be part of the editing team. There were people hired, like human beings actually hired to do the editing job, who had done work as editors. She wanted to be part of that team. The next thing you know, she took over the editing. She started making threats that she wouldn't promote the movie, that she wanted to be in control of marketing of the movie, that she would do nothing in terms of promotion unless she was the actual editor. She came up with her own cut of the film, which is, you have a director who has a cut, and she had a competing cut of the film. And for an executive producer to have a competing cut of a film is incredibly bizarre. But when she starts threatening people and saying, I'm not going to promote the film, I'm not going to do anything unless you use my cut, that's when it starts to be awfully incendiary. And, as you'll hear in the voice note, as you'll see in the evidence, she had Justin sitting in a basement in his own movie with his friends and family during the premiere of the movie, which should have been the biggest night of his career. He was sitting in the basement.
Now Baldoni's lawyers plan to file a new lawsuit against Blake Lively separately, and even her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Yes. During an interview on the Megyn Kelly show, Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, revealed his plans to sue Ryan Reynolds for making fun of Baldoni with a character in his recent movie, Deadpool 3. If you didn't know, during Deadpool 3, there was a character named Nice Pool, played by Ryan Reynolds. Since the scandal became public, many on TikTok believe that the character of Nice Pool was a dig at Justin Baldoni. In fact, Nice Pool was even killed at the end of the movie by Lady Pool, which was played by Blake Lively.
What Ryan Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, but, he's used it on Deadpool and to make fun of Justin Baldoni.
Do you think that's what he did? We have a clip where his character Deadpool, which is very popular in this movie, acts more like the Justin Baldoni that I said turned me off with the I'm against toxic masculinity. And there's a question about whether he was taking a shot at Justin. Here's the clip.
Sorry about that. Come here, girl.
Who are you? Oh, I'm Deadpool. And I guess you're Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist. Right.
What do you make of that?
What I make of that is that if your wife is sexually harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation. You take it very seriously. You file HR complaints. You raise the issue. And you follow a legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke. There's no question it relates to Justin. I mean, anybody that watched that hair bun, the comment about the pregnancy, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's being done. But again, if somebody is seriously sexually harassed, you don't make fun of it. It's a serious issue.
Honestly, this whole thing is pretty crazy. Every day, new pieces of information keep coming out, and we're left wondering who to believe. At this point, it doesn't seem like the court of public opinion is on Blake's side because of her past interviews and behavior. But I don't think it's fair to judge the truth about her claims based on that. If her claims are true, then she deserves to be heard and given justice. But if they aren't, then it is going to be even harder for other women to come forward in the future. Let's see where this story finally ends up. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.